This big news that dropped earlier today. Nexus Mods is being sold after 24 years by burned out owner. And I would say the owner is an extremely woke, I would say degenerate that loves bear sex. That's in Baldur's Gate 3. Probably the best, best character for him was Asterion, and he's gonna use Asterion to romance Halsin, and gonna have crazy vampire bear sex. But the reason why this is important, because Nexus Mods has been the pinnacle and the most used modding website of all time. It's been out the longest, so everyone uses it. But the reason why this is good is because there's other modding websites that are up and coming and are doing a lot better. Yeah, dude's a leftist for sure, absolutely. Now, do you guys remember when Spider-Man came onto the from the PS4, PS5 to PC? There was a lot of pride flags in that game, and the pride flag was modded out and replaced with the United States flag, the USA flag, and Nexus Mod banned that mod. They removed it. They took it out. It's because it was not inclusive enough. Now, the reason why they think that's not inclusive enough, because they think that the USA does not represent them, which is utterly bullshit, is because the USA doesn't matter if you're boys, all types of boys, black, white, Puerto Rican, Chinese boys. It doesn't matter what color skin you are, what race you are, what gender you are. The USA flag represents everyone here that is a citizen. All right. Now, so I don't know why removing the pride flag was an issue, but they did it anyways. Another mod that ended up removing was, I believe there was a beautification mod for some of the characters in Baldur's Gate. And I believe they got super upset about it. I'm not sure if they actually removed it, but I remember people getting super upset. One mod that I do know that they removed was making Aim Dalen a male in Baldur's Gate 3. They removed it. So what are the points of removing it? Is because most of the mods that you're seeing, you're only seeing it on your own screen, especially if you're playing a single player game, right? I know Baldur's Gate 3 you can play online, but most of the time people play single player, and you don't have to interact with any of that kind of stuff. But I digress. Nexus Mods has been ran by a bunch of crazy leftists, and I'm glad they're selling it. But say Robin Dark One Scott bows out due to the pressures of running a pillar of the gaming community. This was a pillar of the gaming community, and now this pillar has been crumbling. It's because other mods has been popping right off, right? If you're a PC gamer who has ever altered a single player game, you have probably ventured into Nexus Mods, the largest repository of user-made mods on the internet. Even if you haven't, the website's impact of the game industry is undeniable. Enormous games and franchises from Skyrim to The Witcher have tapped the users for their own modding efforts on consoles, and some more prominent names have gone on to work at major gaming companies throughout the website, fueling its cultural impact, as owned by Robin Scott. And now the modding site will be changing hands. Now, I wonder who they're selling it to. I think that's more important. Like, who are they selling this to, right? Nexus Mod also found itself as the center of many gaming's cultural wars, thanks to the mods that beautify women or change the apparent race of a popular characters, among other things. Oh yeah, I remember them changing some of the races or something like that, and those got banned too. The website responded to this phenomenon by briefly banning mods that attacked the diversity in 2023, such as those that remove LGBTQ plus elements from the game. Now, here's the thing. If you're playing a single player game, who the hell cares? You're playing a single player game. It does not impede and it doesn't affect anyone else but the player themselves. Why do you need to remove it, right? That's very stupid. It's because I guarantee you there are mods that make like male to females, or make them gay or lesbian, or change them up to make them look stupid, right? but those mods aren't removed. Nexus mods also banned political mods in the lead up to the presidential election in 2020 and explored paying creators in 2017 through a donation-based system. A couple of years after Bethesda faced backlash for attempting its own version of paid mods. The site also has been its share of controversies, like when it stopped allowing users to delete mods, or when it walked back on the rules regarding hateful content. Why? Why would you stop allowing users to delete mods so you can ban them? If they're removing a mod that's against the TOS, why aren't you stopping them from removing it? That's stupid. So you can go back and ban them. That's freaking stupid, man. Yeah, adding in the male or female option, removing body type 1 and body type 2, right? Yeah, absolutely. Rios Effie. Let's see. Since many mods deal with copyrighted properties that technically belongs to the company, some mod creators have also landed in hot water. Yep, I remember Capcom does not like people modding their games. I do it anyways. At the moment, Scott has not shared who, okay, so we don't know yet, has not shared who the new owners of Nexus mods are, instead only emphasizing that the decision was made with great care. The buyer, Scott, says both care about a long-term sustainability for the collection of the sites and understands the modding community as a whole. The new owners, Scott promises, will be stewards of the community first, mod author focused sites. I don't believe so. Do you know why? Because I have this pulled up from Ayaka Mods, which is what I've been using to mod Stellar Blade. So if you guys can't see here, I'm gonna move my face down. Move my ugly Chinese face down. All right, I'm gonna move it down right over here. All right. It says, as reported by Trepes, I'm not gonna pronounce that correctly. Nexus Mods is apparently deleting and banning comments that mention alternative sites or makes certain criticism of the platform. This looks like a clear case of censorship, and this is on the edge of like basically selling, right? You're selling it, and then they're gonna remove anything that mentions Ayaka Mods or any other of these modding websites, right? So this is crazy, man. So this is the image here, and it says you have received a formal warning. We give formal warnings to users who have broken our rules. It's an official notification from the moderation team here at Nexus sites that you have broken our rules and that you need to stop breaking them. Else we'll have no choice but to ban your account completely. Every warning a user receives is logged on our forums to ensure complete transparency in regards to our moderation practices with our user base. If you're new to Nexus sites or you haven't read through our TOS, then please ensure that you completely read through the TOS now. We strictly enforce our rules as evidenced by this warning. And the information below explain to you who has issued you this warning and the reason for the warning. Reason for the warning: consistently trolling a site news post with unwanted comments, using it as an opportunity to promote other modding sites. That's retarded. That is insane. Well, here's the thing. It's like if I go on to like Kick and mention Twitch, am I gonna get banned? Right? It's like it's wild. Like who cares? Who cares? But I guess it's against TOS for bringing up a competitor. But it is what it is. If it is in fact in their TOS, and it is what it is. It is very stupid. And I'm glad that Nexus Mods original owner is basically gone. I don't know if it's going to be controlled by a crazier person that bans every hot, big booby, big butt mods, but hopefully not. Is because especially if you're playing a single player game, I know why you shouldn't do it, right? I know why you shouldn't do it for a multiplayer game. For single players, like who the hell cares, right? Yeah, YouTubers can mention Twitch and Kick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is crazy. Just go on to Ayaka Mods. Go to Ayaka Mods. I've been using Ayaka Mods for Stellar Blade, and that's probably going to be the one I use moving forward. Unfortunately, Ayaka Mods doesn't have all of the mods that Nexus Mod would have. I would say just give it some time, and eventually all of the good mods will probably migrate over, right? I remember when Nexus Mod was good. Yeah, man, absolutely. Absolute legendary scrub. The anti-competitive behavior, what does that loss have to say? Yeah, man. We need the big ass mod and big titty mods. All right. And if I want to have a USA flag to be swapped in place of swapped in place of the freaking pride flag or the gay flag or whatever, why the hell can it? Right? It's a freaking single player game. Who cares? Right? Bethesda Games and CD Projekt Red Games keeps Nexus alive. Yep, exactly. And once those move over, right? Once the new Bethesda game come out, once a new CD Projekt Red game comes out, everything, the new Witcher or whatever, like people are going to start using other avenues, right? Like, and look, I guarantee you when Witcher 4 comes out, there is going to be a mod that changes the look of Ciri back to how she looks like from Witcher 3. Right? Some people are going to be like, "Oh, I think the face for Ciri for Witcher 4 is fine." That's great. But let's say if I rather have a younger and hotter version and bigger boobs version of Ciri in Witcher 4, and I'm playing a single player game, you better not freaking remove it. All right? Yeah, I download all my mods from Nexus for Witcher 3. Exactly, man. Exactly. But yeah, man, I hope everything gets better. I really, really do, because Nexus Mod is like, they have everything there. A lot of mods, a lot of big mods there.